Good evening. The moves to mandate keep mounting, but so too do the questions around how far an employer can go in that quest.
And tonight, that back and forth is on full display directly inside Ontario's halls of power. We begin with CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Colin DeMello. Colin.
Nathan, just a few seconds ago, Premier Doug Ford issued a statement confirming that he has ejected Conservative MPP Rick Nicholls from the Progressive Conservative caucus because he refused to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The Premier says Nicholls will now sit as an independent MPP, and he will not be allowed to run as a Progressive Conservative in the election in June of 2022. The Premier says elected officials in this province have to lead by example, and they have to be held to a higher standard, which is why he elected to eject one of his own caucus members. This rule is also being applied to the wider public service in Ontario. 64,000 employees, including all of those who work here at Queen's Park, are now going to be subject to new vaccination rules. They will either have to prove that they've been vaccinated, or they will have to provide some kind of medical exemption that they are not unvaccinated. If they cannot provide that, the unvaccinated will have to take a mandatory course and regular testing to prove that they do not have the virus. All these changes coming during a dynamic afternoon here at Queen's Park. A moment of defiance from an MPP about to sever ties with his own party. Rick Nicholls, a Progressive Conservative MPP since 2011, bluntly stated that he would not give in to the government's demands.
For personal reasons, together with my wife Diane of 44 years, I made the personal decision not to inoculate with the COVID-19 vaccine. Under no circumstances will I, nor should any Ontarian, be forced or coerced to do something against their will.
Nicholls was promptly removed from the Progressive Conservative benches and will now remain as an independent MPP. Another Progressive Conservative MPP, Christina Midas, will remain in the caucus after providing a note of medical exemption. But Nicholls says he was simply following the Premier's own words.
I took the Premier at his word that vaccination is a choice and that all Ontarians have a constitutional right to make such a choice.
Conservative strategists, however, say the Premier's decision is in line with public opinion.
This is leadership by example for Premier Ford, and he's setting a tone of what he expects as the head of government, especially a year before an election.
While the Premier was dealing with internal government strife, the Ontario Progressive Conservative Party was dealing with an external problem. The party sent out fundraising letters that mimicked invoices, creating concerns about a possible mail scam. After days of silence, the Ontario PC Party is finally responding to the situation. In a statement, the party says, "At no time was it our intention to mislead valued supporters. This correspondence," the party says, "was sent to a limited group of supporters by one of our vendors and will not happen again." The question remains, however, how did this happen in the first place? Those who have worked on political campaigns in the past say fundraising is often contracted out to third parties.
Political parties in their political office, especially before and after elections, are very small and tiny. And so a lot of their operations is either outsourced to volunteers or, in the case of fundraising, often outsourced to third parties. So this is completely normal.
But PC party sources say historically, the leader of the party or an advisor would personally approve fundraising emails sent out.
The things that do get done by third parties, it's approved by someone. And someone in the PC party approved this. They said that this was okay to go out the door.
The address listed on the fundraising campaign leads back to the Responsive Marketing Group, a Toronto company that boasts online that it's raised $175 million over the years. According to Elections Ontario, the PC party has paid Responsive Marketing $1.7 million in consulting fees since 2019. The NDP believes the fundraising letter violated the law.
And we're hearing that this may, in fact, violate some federal laws around mail scams. And so we're looking into that right now.
The government indicates those who received the letter will also receive an apology. Back here at Queen's Park, MPPs are set to return to the legislature in mid-September. While there will be new vaccination rules, the big question is, what about the vaccination consequences? The Progressive Conservative government says those who are unvaccinated will have to be tested regularly. But the NDP and the Liberals want to go even further than that. They're asking for a policy that would prevent MPPs who are unvaccinated and their staff from even stepping foot inside Queen's Park. Reporting live at Queen's Park, I'm Colin DeMello.